Maybe he's asleep.
How would you know? Are you in there?
Oh, come on, lay off, Chet. He's doing you a favor.
Look, if he sees me on his lawn waving a gun around, he's gonna pretend not to be home.
Broadcasting live from the HyperCube studios here in Sub-Basement 27, deep in the heart of Orlando, Florida. This is time for the show, your official HyperCube weekly radio update, brought to you by our good friends over at NordVPN, where if you're too stupid to mind your own business on the internet, then we'll do it for you for $37.99 a day. Just head on over to nordvpn.net/time for the show, real offer _ today now Reverand Peas. Let's say hi to Peas, everybody. Woo! It's the Peas music. That's what you wanted.
Did you guys miss me?
I missed you. We haven't seen you on the show in weeks.
I knew it.
Where have you been?
No, I've been on the show repeatedly.
Were you on the show last week?
I was.
What about the week before that? Oh no, we can recap that in the Truth Ache segment.
In the Truth Ache. Oh my God, are you excited for show? I'm excited for show. The show's breaking new grounds all the time.
You know, it's one of those things where I feel relaxed enough that I could finally pass a BM, but I'm just so excited that it would be like one of those Play-Doh extruders and it would shoot out like 15 strands of spaghetti.
I'm familiar with amplification modulation and frequency modulation, but I'm not familiar with the BM form of modulation for radio. Could you elaborate
big
on what
music?
Big music. Oh, well,
big
we got
music.
That.
But we don't do that on this show anymore, except for all the other copyrights. Yeah, well, actually, because tonight is our first time attempting to simulcast with YouTube and freethinkradio.com.
Are we doing it?
Now, I talked to some guys in a band who might be willing for us to play some of their music in exchange for coming on to promote their album very soon. So
exposure.
So maybe, because I can afford that. I can afford to pay anybody in exposure. I have tons of that just lying around. All right, let's see what we got going
up. All 6 of you.
It's time for my favorite part of the show. Cube News, where it's all the news that's fit to Cube. Oh no, I closed my notepad.
Hold on.
Wait, where are you going? Don't do that.
I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine too.
This is TFTS Relay 110220, and this is in the Cube News. It's the general news button, but I got that one guy's email, and so we're gonna make the glow in the dark shirts tomorrow. So if you didn't get your love gift shirt and you still want one, send me a message. They're $35 today, and after that, new people on the Patreon get a shout out. You get like video credit shout outs. I have to ask people like, do you want your user? And
your
like,
favorite
what do
part
you
of
want?
the show?
What do you want? It's like we have too many people already supporting the show to just stop. You right there. Yeah, we were expecting you to be here. I'm glad you did. You're making things a lot easier. I should have put your screen on this side where because if I look over here, it looks like I'm not looking at anybody, but you're still looking at me. Maybe I can do that. Production. Hold on. Let's give it a try.
Let's do it.
You think I can move the windows around on the HyperCOMM system? Let's just see here. I can just drag P's. Oops. Good old Dr. Fox. He's a doofy dude.
See, now, normally we would say, "Oh, this is really good radio, Dr. Fox," but you
now,
see, you forgot.
No, we've done
simulcasting on YouTube, so there is a visual element, and so this all makes perfect sense, even on the radio.
Precisely.
Oh,
I'm
look,
so
I'm
proud.
covering you.
I'm proud of you. Look at that I can just drag crap around on here. And now I look at you. Yeah, now I'm looking at you. Okay. So don't screw this up. And you have to keep looking. Now you have to look the other direction. This is blocking, Peas. This is what makes all the big money. Don't
It's backwards.
Don't ruin this for us. This is our one big chance. This is it. If we screw it up now. Let's see what else we got in the news today. All right, Russia to draw UN's attention to U.S. plans to grab lunar resources.
Uranus remains unprotected.
I'm gonna give you a clicky do because you said Uranus, and that's beneath us now, isn't it? All right, next article: Halloween fireball spotted with more possible. Lemon heads expected to roll by Thanksgiving. Aha! Got one. It's a candy joke. That's for me. Did you have one for that one?
I did not really.
No, okay.
I was just gonna rattle off.
You probably have this one then. This one's for you. Researchers confirm existence of 5 million old honey badger relative.
Immediately yells at researchers to get off its damn yard.
All right, we'll let it slide. Because I don't give a shit.
It's like I'm combining.
See, that's how it goes. It's called memes. All right.
Oh, man.
Drones are being sent straight into volcanoes for life-saving science. They're all piloted by virgins. Yeah, had that one sank it. Got it. All right, here we go.
I was going to say virgins unavailable.
Were they? No, they're unavailable because they're flying the drones. Plymouth woman finds 19th century fencing sword while digging in her backyard.
Wins match. That's what you call fencing things. They're matches.
All right, I didn't know where the cricket sound effect was. I'd have to reach for that one.
That was a good, it's... Crickets can be funny.
Was it?
Sometimes you can do a joke so terrible the punchline becomes funny for its lack of humor. Exactly. Had you been at the ready earlier?
But if I had been ready, no, that's the scroll button. Scroll lock. Oh, now it's just gonna play through everything. You didn't deserve that. Stop that. I don't know how to make them stop now. It's becoming sentient. Joe Rogan is becoming sentient. I can't control everything. Okay, let's see here what we got. Fake news, real news. You want the fake one or the real one? Brain circuit found that helps explain why motivation to learn declines with age. Totally connected to those damn kids and their music. Anything for you? You got that? Right. You're older than me.
No,
you like my music?
That was good.
That was of course.
That shit pisses
How
me
about
off.
Judge rules a pet likely pooped in Johnny Depp's bed, not Amber Heard?
Likely.
That was just simple. Not supposed to joke about that.
Likely.
Johnny Depp would never poop the bed.
It likely was an animal. Likely.
We'll let it slide. As Sean Connery passes, fake letter to Steve Jobs recirculates. Dear Steve,
Sean Connery remains dead.
You got a fake letter to Steve Jobs recirculates, and that's it. Sean Connery remains dead. Was that it? No Highlander jokes because Steve Jobs died before Sean Connery did. Nothing.
No.
I've been working on a Highlander joke all day. Was Sean Connery?
Because here's the thing.
Sean Connery was in the Highlander. He was. What do you think of that?
Do you know why that joke lands though?
Which joke? Which joke landed?
The one that I made, the first one that I made, landed so hard, dude. It was like Emma Jean Retton in the Olympics when she hurt herself, but she nails the landing. That's how good that joke landed. And the reason it did is because for years, while Sean Connery was still alive, every year somebody would say, "Oh, Sean Connery's dead." and they would have to announce, no, Sean Connery is still alive. So why that joke is funny is because it doesn't matter what you say about Sean Connery in the letter to Steve Jobs or Highlander and all that shit. It's funny because he really is dead this time.
This time
he's for sure dead. So it's funny. All them other times.
Can we get a big F for Turd Ferguson in the chat? All right. Travis Scott deletes Instagram after being trolled over Halloween costume.
Instagram wonder who's Travis Scott is.
Okay, I can't let you have that one because the only reason I know who he is that he got a McDonald's meal named after him. If that's the same guy.
What was it?
Is that
What
the
was-
same guy?
What was
Travis
the
Scott?
combination? I
Did you
think it's
see-
a different guy?
I had to look at what it was, and it was like only worth talking about.
One guy's.
Did you
one
see
guy's
his
meal
Halloween
is like-
costume? His Louis Vuitton Batman
meal is
outfit that he was driving
Don't put
around.
Ketchup. Don't put ketchup on my burger. No, I don't.
Ketchup
Dig
is
Louis Vuitton. That's like the King of France, right?
He's real. He's real. Apple TV. Hold on. Apple TV will be available on Xbox consoles next week.
Xbox still unavailable on iPhone products.
Okay, I'll give you that one. You'll get a toot for that one. That one was hard. I thought it was funny enough.
Because it's true.
Because it's true. And finally here. Nope, sorry. That one. It's that one. All my number. I gotta switch over all my carts. I got the keyboard. You can't hear it because you're on the other microphone. But yeah, I have to.
I've been
I have
hearing
to.
all the stuff, I think.
Not anymore. Let's see here. Burger King tells customers to order from McDonald's.
You wouldn't like our food anyway.
And that's my favorite part of the show is Cube News! All right, now it's time for my favorite part of the show. Coming up next is the P's O Box, where your actual letters to P's will be read here on the show. If you want to send your own letter to P's, send it to dispatch@hypercubego.com. Let's see what we got here tonight. Got the cards. Stacking the cards. Dear P's, if you could replace all of the grass in the world with something else, what would it be? And that's from Anita Bong Hit in Remedial, Tennessee.
Weed.
All right. Dear P's, brushing your teeth or wiping your butt. You have to give up one. Which would it be? And that's from Randy Trombone of Sanchez, New Mexico.
So here's the thing. It's an interesting question because I've actually got some life experience in this subject. I did not brush my teeth very often. As an end result, I have like.
But you've never wiped your butt.
Worth of fake teeth. No, I wipe my butt all the time, and I think that I'm happier with the fact that I wiped my butt than I am had I brushed my teeth. Although I think it's important that you did brush your teeth. Don't be like P's and only. I have 4 teeth in my head right now. That's it. 4 teeth holding everything together. But I've got a very clean asshole. So it's all where your life's values are.
If you don't wipe your butt, your butthole will fall out.
Well,
you don't
people
want
look
that.
at you
You
funny.
don't want that. You got to walk all wonky.
You wouldn't think you wouldn't think they'd know. And then here's the thing: you know when you haven't wiped well because then you start to itch a little bit, and you try to shrug it off like, "Oh, I just got to itch." People itch all over their body, but you know it's a little piece of fecal matter that's irritating the mucus part of your anus that's causing that itch. And the only thing that's going to cure it is getting in there real deep with a 2, maybe 3 finger through the pants, underwear, scratch. But you know it's not so much a scratch as it is a rub away to get that irritating piece of fecal matter away. And then that itch will go away. Or you've got to commit to going back into the bathroom and doing a re-wipe. Now, whether you shit for the additional re-wipe or you just go right for the re-wipe, that's up to you. you probably didn't have to shit anymore, and that's why you got up to be 4, but now you got itch ass. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If this is a reoccurring problem for you, you might have a bigger problem. If you wake up in the morning and your body resonates with the putrid stench of dried bodily fluids and greasy...
No, hold on. We don't need to get into the commercials just yet. Slow the heck down.
All right.
We got plenty of time for that.
Segue, though? That's what they call a segue, Fox. That was a segue.
All right, so let's try this. We got one more. Dear Peas.
It's a pretty smooth segue.
What is the worst thing that a person can put on their bio on a dating app? And that's from Melvis Bartiki of Blazing Acres Retirement Home for the Marginally Unattractive.
Recently widowed again.
There you go. You made it, Peas. I'm so proud of you. You're a handsome and clever boy. All right, so we're going to take a song break featuring a band that is going to let us play their stuff, and I'm not going to get sued. But if I get sued, I get to sue them. That's how it works. You like that? You're going to have a candy? Have a candy into the microphone as I give you our first band name. And tonight's first Is It a Band is Stabbing Westward. STABBINGWESTWARD. Well, then you should remember which one it is. And we'll find out. Stay tuned. You're listening to Time for the Show on freethinkradio.com.
Galpod would never let something like this happen on his watch.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Corporations often spend millions of dollars to secure celebrity endorsements, but commercial campaigns can be wiped out overnight if a celebrity says the wrong thing or their image changes.
To just put a celebrity up there.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Hi, this is Marion Ross.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
See if you can identify this sound.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
That's the sound of me being hit by a tennis ball.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban. Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
To just put a celebrity up there. And have him hawk your product will work. Putting them there in a way that is engaging, is charming, has a bit of a story going for it. We have found it's really...
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
a most successful formula.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
A most successful formula.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban. Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban. Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
The Madonna Media Blitz for Pepsi will begin in March when the new commercials are scheduled to premiere in the U.S., Japan, Australia, and the Soviet Union. And this footnote from an earlier soft drink campaign. It was exactly 5 years ago today that Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire while filming a Pepsi commercial in Los Angeles.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
It didn't seem strange to me.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
It didn't seem strange to me.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
It didn't seem like...
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Like out now
Hello,
saying,
this is
hi,
Ricardo
I'm me,
Montalban.
and I'm using this to sell you this.
Underwear.
Sell you this. Sell you this.
Hello, this is William Christopher from MASH and Aftermath.
Sell you this.
But I've got to admit, there's a string attached. A string called dental floss.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Now listen to this.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Hello, I'm Chuck Connors for the Giraffe Project.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
People were coming up to me saying, I love Family Ties, I love Back to the Future, and I love that Pepsi commercial. Yeah. I love it, and kids loved it, and they started to treat it like a movie.
And playback. And playback. Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Viewers guess that the celebrity has been bought,
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
and they are right.
comes a famous Hollywood superstar.
Hi, Miss Dina's star.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Hello, I'm Alan Thicke.
Hi, this is Barbara E.
Hello, this is James Coco.
It's perfectly normal and usually nothing to worry about. But if it's done too often...
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
Thank you.
Viewers have a way of remembering the celebrity while forgetting the product.
A most successful formula.
I did not know this when I paid Eleanor Roosevelt $35,000 to make a commercial for margarine.
Thank you.
She reported that her mail was equally divided.
Thank you.
One half was sad because I had damaged my reputation. The other half was happy because I had damaged my reputation.
Ready, roll.
Not one of my proudest memories.
Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban. Hello, this is Ricardo Montalban.
And you're listening to Time for the Show, brought to you by our good friends over at Triology Soaps. You want to tell them about the soaps, Peas?
No, I'm good.
Well, let me tell you about the soaps. On this, now I have to change over. Thanks, but now I'm going to do this. I'm going to push the button, and we're going to do the cool stuff. Right? Does it work this way? I don't know. Oh no, where did they go?
Are you talking about when you wake up in the morning?
When you wake up in the
resonates with stench of dried bodily fluids and greasy naturally occurring oils that leave sopping puddles of filth.
Come on, sell it, please. We're on YouTube. It's like
Is
this.
that what you're talking about?
I'm talking like when you wake up in the morning. Does your body resonate with the putrid stench of
dried, fluid, and greasy, naturally occurring oils that leave sopping puddles of filth on your pillow and mattress?
Then you may be one of a small group of people
living with a condition known as stank ass.
Stank ass affects lives
Every day, and without proper treatment,
can result in lingering odors and musks trailing behind individuals
living with stank ass.
Finally, there is a solution.
Introducing the Triology Soaps,
an over-the-counter remedy for stank ass.
By mixing Triology soap with
water and applying to the body, laboratory tests have shown that this can reduce the body's own tolerance for stank ass.
Unlike other soaps that just mask odors,
Triology Soap's glycerin-based lichen-fused technology fights stank ass at its core. Find out more at TriologySoaps.com. And we're back. It's time for the show. It's time for my favorite part of the show.
It made me
I pitched the wrong one. Wash the hell out of them with Triology Soaps. Available soon on a amazing new website. I am so tired of... I'm not a web designer. I'm not a spider. But let's see what we got tonight for time for the shout-outs. Where you send in your stuff at timefortheshow.com/shoutouts. And this week we've got...
Hey, do you think that was a band? Do you think that band was a band?
Oh, that's right. I was leading into the shoutouts, but I forgot to do the band.
Can't leave the listeners and now viewers hanging too long.
That's my
I'm
fault.
fairly certain...
As an amateur broadcaster portraying a professional broadcaster, I apologize for my lack of preparation in returning from the segment. I was just so excited to tell you about Triology Soaps. HyperCubeGo.com. Stabbing Westward. STABBINGWESTWARD. What do you think, Peas? You think it is a band or do you think it is not a band?
Yes, I think it's a band.
You think it is?
Video and everything.
All right. Well, according to the wall, show me Stabbing Westward. You did it, Peas. You got one. Stabbing Westward is a band.
I knew it.
All right. So, no shout-outs this week. We got our last shout-out last week. So, yeah, if you want to do a shout-out, send your ass straight over to timefortheshow.com/shoutouts. And you can get one for free by jumping on, like, now, but eventually it's going to be locked for Patreons, and otherwise you can buy one. And here on YouTube, we're supposed to be able to do things like super chat. Like if you have money or something like that, you can do that and send me money over the YouTube, but I don't know how that works. I'd probably go to freethinkradio.com and I'd have to be like, hey, give me all that money. So don't sweat it. Go to patreon.com/hypercube. Get a shout out like everybody else at the end of the show. Good for you. It's time for my favorite part of the show. It's Truthache. It's where Reverend Pease is going to tell me a story.
So soon.
And at first I thought it was going to be, is this going to be completely made up, or is it going to be, or all of it's true? And so I still don't know how we're going to do this, but Pease is going to tell me and you a story.
I just like to tell stories.
And I guess we're gonna have to figure out what part of it is true and what part of it is not. Mostly so far, let's do a recap. Last week or 2 weeks ago, Pease. The recurring theme is Pease has a dune buggy that is constantly filled with drugs, and he gets out of being arrested. That was the first couple of Truthaches. And then we had another story. We got a new one that Pease illegally dumped garbage and blamed a Puerto Rican guy. And then last week, Pease gave drugs to children. So this week, what's it going to be? Let's find out on Truthache. All right.
So here's the thing. A lot of people don't know that back in the early 90s, Pease was an entrepreneur, and I used to manage a rent-a-center, and I had Michael Keaton was on TV on some show, and Michael J. Fox portrayed a young Republican go-getter, and I was like that guy. I didn't have my kids yet. Pam Carrots was just pregnant, and so in the entrepreneurial spirit, I would do swap meets and stuff, and I hooked up with this guy that had a lot of grocery goods, but even more importantly, this was the very beginning of a boom in sports card. That was basketball cards. Oh my God, a case of basketball cards in the boxes and the wrappers, thousands of dollars for. So this guy that I knew supposedly had connections to this unlimited supply of basketball cards, brand new in the sealed boxes. It's in New England, and I knew a guy from South Boston who liked to buy candy that wouldn't melt, like Skittles and shit like that, because you didn't want shit to turn to soap, as he called it. And he would buy these basketball cards for me all day long. So I would literally rent a semi-truck and drive it to this place. I would not drive it. I'd have to hire a driver. My friend Dave Brunel I'd hire. We would drive to this place called Falk and White, and this guy would load this thing up with a bunch of sports cards and then a shitload of Skittles and not Mountain Dews, but what do you call that thing, the Gatorades and stuff, the individual bottled Gatorades, things that now the excuse is that these were from damaged pallets. And what I was told was that if something hit a pallet and it broke part of that pallet, they would just write that whole pallet off because it was less money to throw the pallet away than it was to unpack it and get this sticky shit off the product. So they would want the product thrown away. And that this guy was buying that damaged product from this distribution center, and we were putting it on our truck. It's all supposed to be a legitimate fucking business, okay? And I did this for 2 years, but this is not 2 years. I'm exaggerating the time. It doesn't. I'm doing this stuff, and I'm going to the swap meets on Saturday, and I'm selling candy, and I'm selling this shit 50 cents on the dollar. I'm making coin. I'm buying steak and lobsters from the steak and lobster place on the way home, and one day, things started to dry up a little bit, and we hadn't done some business in a while, and he had some issues, but I was like, whatever. And he sends me a thing, hey, do you want to make some money tonight? And instead of being a part of like a big deal, it's like, okay, if I can get the van to the Falcon White, I can get $100. I'm not getting any piece of the load or anything like that. And so I agree to do this. My wife is like 8.5 months pregnant with my first daughter, and it's $100. This is in the early 90s. That's actually a lot of money. Doesn't seem like it now. It doesn't seem like it's worth the risk now, but back in the day, there was a little bit more money. So I go to do this, and the whole deal is unusual because it's not a big truck. I'm not doing it during normal hours. It's like 3 a.m, and he's got his nephew and him in the back of the van. So we pull up, and they start throwing shit in the back of the van. It's a Rent-A-Center van. It's not my van. I should probably stress that. I went and got this van from work. It's what we would possess people's TVs and stuff in. So I was the manager, so I went and got this van, which was good because I didn't want to rent a big truck. I wasn't part of the big deal or anything. So we start to drive off, and the whole, it's just not like any other deal. And as I get to the gate, this cop flashes on his lights out of nowhere, and the car is like right in front of me. I don't even know how I see it. And next thing I know, there's a cop, and he's got his gun drawn, and it's pointed at the window right by my head, and he's like, roll your window down. So I roll it down. He's like, turn the van off. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he's like, get out of this van. I want to ask you some questions. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Because they got other cops, and I go in the back and said, listen, there's 2 guys in the back of the van. And they seem surprised by this news because they all kind of like jump a little bit. But I only told them that because I didn't want there to be like this surprise. This is New England, They kind of go bang, 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 stop or we'll shoot. So he starts asking me questions, and the next thing I know, the guy who owns this distribution center shows up, and he's talking to the cop, and the cop says, well, this guy says that he comes here all the time and gets this stuff, and the distribution center guy's bullshit. It's like only when they're stealing. And I'm like, hey, excuse me. I said, sir, now having a cell phone is a big deal back then. It's like a big giant bag. It's not like something you carry in your pocket. It's literally like the size of a attaché case, and this guy's got one. And I'm like, look, my wife is like 8.5 months pregnant. I'm sorry if I've been stealing from you. I don't know anything about that. Here's the whole deal. But listen, can you do me a favor? And he's like, what? I said, can you call my wife and let her know that I'm in trouble so she doesn't worry? And I don't want her to panic or anything because I'm only supposed to be gone for like a couple hours. And so the guy does it. He calls up Carrots and he tells her. And what happens is they arrest the whole gang. They arrest everybody, and they make me go back to the it's echoing back. The feed is echoing back to my ears.
Is that the end?
It's echoing back.
Oh, sorry.
No, I got more, but it was echoing back.
Oh, okay. So
what happens is they tell me, go back to the dock and unload the van, So I start throwing all this shit on the dock, and they actually that's not how it worked at all. Excuse me. I have to follow them to the police station. They take me to the police station in the car, but I'm not hooked up. I'm not read my rights or anything. I get to the police station. They arrest everybody else, and they say, you can go back to that guy's place. They've unloaded the van and pick up your van, but it's got to be out of there by 5 a.m. or they're going to have it towed. So I had to call Pam, and she came and got me. But I'm the only one in the gang that didn't get arrested. And those guys all got like big time fucking prison sentences from this whole caper. and I've been doing it for years. So that's my brush with not getting busted with the gang in the big bust.
With Johnny
That's my
Law.
story. Is it true?
In the big bust. It's like I want to recap. So you're living in the country.
Wait. We normally we tell people a song and we let them think about if it's going to be a band or not while we play the song, and then we come back and we say, you ask your questions, and then we tell them if it's a band, and then you ask your questions and I tell you if it's a thing. If we're not doing it that way tonight, that's okay.
I was thinking we could just pad it out with a little bit of a... We'll ask the questions when we come back. How's that? We'll tease it and ask questions when we come back, but can you give me like a 30-second summary of that story, or even a 10-second summary that you copped out on your wife?
With some nefarious people and used my wife's impending birth of my child to make the owner of the place feel bad for me, and I was the only one in the whole gang of people that didn't get arrested or go to prison.
All right, that kind of was... I didn't know if you didn't rat on anybody, right?
Nope, didn't need to. Didn't need to. I told the cover story. I told what I was told. I stuck to the cover story I'd been told for the whole time I'd been doing it. And as far as I knew, that was the truth. The fact that the whole cover story was nothing but a big giant lie is not on me.
All right, well, we'll ask you about that when we get back, and I'll ask you about this before we go. All right, we got a band name for you. Is this a band, Peas? Witch Boner, WITCH space BONER, Witch Boner. And when we come back, we'll find out what Peas is talking about this time. All right. Stay tuned. You're listening to freethinkradio.com/youtube.net. Right?
.com of it, not .net.
If you'll join us in this song, I think you'll recognize
some of these comments are hurtful. I don't like them.
Let me get a chord.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Always remember, others may hate you, but those who hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself.
Richard Nixon died today.
That's just plain poppycock. And then you destroy yourself.
I saw it on the news, they said.
Au revoir. Au revoir. We'll see you again.
Oh, I guess he was okay.
Well, I'm not a crook.
He was the president everybody hated.
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
And I don't dream about the president anymore.
Crook. As a flower she grew.
And all of my friends, they say that they don't either.
Crook. And as a fair young flower she died.
Richard Nixon died today.
Poppycock.
I saw it on the news, they said.
Because people have got to know.
Oh, I guess he was okay.
Their president's a crook.
I'm watching history remake.
Crook.
He went to a special place in heaven.
I have never obstructed justice.
Called your Belinda.
We don't have a good word for it in English. Poppycock.
And I don't dream about the president anymore.
Crook. As a flower she grew.
And most of my friends, they say that they don't either.
Crook. And as a fair young flower she died.
Richard Nixon died today.
That's just plain poppycock. We'll see you again.
Richard Nixon died today.
We'll see you again. We'll see you again. We'll see you again. We'll see you again. Au revoir.
You're listening to Time for the Show, broadcasting live on freethinkradio.com and on youtube.com/freethinkradio. That's how it works. Follow us on Twitter at the other one. We'll do mine. DOKFAUX. Peas, you on Twitter, man? You make any of them twats on Twitter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm twitting it.
Yeah. Just sitting back and twitting it. Bum, 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 bum. I'm reading the chat in on the YouTube stream here. And Reverend Fanboy saying, that's crazy you can't put a website up in the chat. Please remember to mention the Election Day special tomorrow evening on the very popular online radio station we all listen to. So yeah, I think it's Blings, or I don't know. I think it's a bunch of Canadians doing a U.S. election special. So if you would like to hear how Donald Trump can fit a Labatt Blue into Joe Biden's cornhole,
gonna fucking win.
freethinkradio.com. Did you vote yet, Peas?
I voted last week.
Oh, you're lying. I knew it. Okay, so before we left, the band Witchboner, WITCH space BONER. Is it a band? What say ye, Peas? P?
I'm not even gonna ask for the spelling, so I'm gonna say it's a band.
Oh yeah? You're sure about that, huh? Well, show me Witchboner. That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Witchboner is not a band. It keeps rolling through. I don't know what it's doing. It keeps, you do one and then it does the other. I don't know. I don't know. I got to redo everything. Got to do it all.
Redo it.
All right. So Peas was working for a moving company or a company that would just, no, it was, you rented moving company trucks and you repossessed merchandise from like widows. So you were a repossess. No, you give a lot of details that lead up to some parts, and then other parts where you try to lead me astray, like Johnny Applepeas, just reaping across America. Reaping. No, he's sowing. He's sowing. He hasn't reaped it yet. You're a sower. So yeah, the place got busted. How did you know they were going to get busted? I guess that's my first question. How did you know?
No.
You just good timing. Just good timing on you. Which kid was supposedly going to be born? Was your wife even pregnant at the time?
Megan. It was a couple weeks before Megan was born.
All right. What's Megan's phone number? That's question number 3. It's 321 Cube 888 for anybody asking. CUBE 888. Question number 3, Peas. I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't think. That's the whole point. I'm just trying to feel it out.
Really good.
Don't be mean. Gosh dang it, Peas. Getting all salty.
Don't think. Level 2. No. I'm just curious.
Bi curious? Or just by yourself?
Sometimes I wonder.
Yeah! I've been sitting on that one. Okay. I don't know. This all sounds a little too far-fetched for me. Almost all of it sounds untrue. The part where you would totally use your wife to get out of going to work, I believe. That I would give you. The rest of the story sounds like a big old bowl of bologna hogwash to me. Which goes great on a bologna sandwich if you get a little hogwash on it.
It's unfortunate that you would say that, because at one time I was the card king of all New England. And I was rolling in it. Every word of this story is true. Not only have I been held at gunpoint by criminals, but by the Pope themselves. I am a wanted man on both sides of the fence we call the law.
So you're in your it's not clemency, is it? No, what is it? You have
True story.
You've already been tried. You can't have double jeopardy because you've already been I don't know. We're just gonna say no to that one.
Here's
the funny thing. You see how it keeps doing the sound
about this? The funny thing is that the guy that bought all the cards from me because I was now he's from South Boston. I alluded to his connections and how I was a little bit connected. All this story is true. The funny part of this is that it was Mike's whole deal, and Mike's whole explanation about what we were doing. All me and the guy from Southie had to do was say what Mike said, and that sealed Mike's fate because it made us seem like patsies and that Mike had been masterminding the whole thing, and it was Mike's fucking plan. So the beauty of it was I didn't even have to feel bad. Okay, Mike, this is what you said.
Didn't have to, no.
I told them that. I told them that, and you're in prison. You're in prison.
So
Good job.
Is that where Mike is now?
Yeah, fuck, for all I know.
Let's find out. Somebody get on arrest.org. What's his last name and his social security number?
It was tens. Dude, over the course of like that we did this, I literally rented tractor trailers, like semi-trucks, and took semi-trucks full of shit out of this guy's fucking distribution center of tens of thousands of dollars worth of fucking shit. I even took some of it to the church because that was part of the whole thing.
Where would you take it?
To the swap meet. I would take it to my house where I would sort it out, and then I would rent a smaller truck, or I'd use the Rent-A-Center truck that I had access to, and I'd sell them at the swap meet on the weekends, where I would make thousands of dollars.
But you're in amnesty now. You can't be tried for these crimes now.
I don't think so. I hope not.
But the shop got raided? No,
they were after doing this, after pulling up a bunch of semi-tractor trailers and stuff, the jig was up. Mike worked at the place. So he thought, "Oh, I'll get him one more time." He really wanted me to set him up with these sport card guy one last time for like one big last deal. I didn't know this, and that's why I was only getting $100 because I wasn't supposed to know that he tried to do an in run around me.
Do a what now?
When that cop asked me, I would do him an in run. He tried to go to my connection.
Ah, okay. Your boy.
But
so you were a dirty dealer. That's some nasty stuff.
It's just
I'm glad you saved that one for the
legal.
I'm glad you saved that for the YouTube premiere.
Just peddling and stolen juices and sports cards.
Well, what was your wife saying while you were doing all of this?
We thought it was a legitimate business. I told her the same thing Mike told me to tell the cops.
So I
thought it was legitimate. I gave some to the church.
I
thought they threw it away. Gotta remember. The premise, yes, I did actually.
Who rented the truck?
Here's the thing. The premise is you got 12 pallets of Gatorade, and the forklift accidentally pierces one of the pallets. Well, it only really broke 12 bottles, right? Everything was glass back then too. But the juice got on everything else. So the premise was they would write off that as damaged in shipping, and they would have to pay somebody to come throw it away. The deal was we'd come take it, clean it off, and we'd give some of it to a church or a charity, and then we'd sell the rest. That was what Mike told me the scam was. Now, how?
So you were in on the idea that it was a scam, but like an RMA scam.
He didn't say, "Hey, here's how the scam works." This is what the guy told me what it was, and I went along with it going, that doesn't make any sense.
You were just a pawn.
I can work with it. No, I wasn't duped. I allowed myself to go, okay, that's plausible
deniability. I was looking for that. Sorry.
And as long as I give some to the church, my hands are clean and I won't be in any trouble. And that's exactly how it worked out, because in the end, when everyone got busted, me and the guy from Southie walked away clean because we hadn't done anything wrong. We were entrepreneurs.
Did you ever get called to court? Were you ever subpoenaed or anything? Subpoenaed?
I was subpoenaed and I was supposed to appear, but they settled the case before it went to trial.
So you didn't have to go? Were you totally going to finger that guy in court?
I was going to tell him exactly what he told me to tell the cop, which is exactly what I told the cop. I was going to tell him his story. It was his story, and it's the one he came up with. So how could he be mad if I just repeated what he told me? That I didn't believe all of that story, that makes me at worst out to be stupid. Okay? And I don't really care how I looked at that point because I'd already gotten the money.
But you kept it.
It was good
They didn't. Nobody came barking for.
It had been spent. I told you in the story. We spent it on lobsters and steaks at the end of every swap.
I heard that, but you spent all of it on lobsters and steak.
Not all of it, but a lot of it. Is you'd buy some weed, you'd buy some coke, you'd buy some lobsters and steaks. It was the 90s, dude. That's what you did.
Oh, so this was even later in the game for you.
Yeah, filled up your tank with gas. You were dialed in.
Oh, peas. Well, it's time for my favorite part of the show. Proving Grounds, where we're going to attempt to go through the rest of the headlines and come up with something as quickly as possible. We cheated earlier. We do that now. All right, so everything... Surprise! Guess what everything on the list is about? It's a good time to remind everybody to go to freethinkradio.com, put that on your favorites, bookmark it, set it as your home page, and catch the election special tomorrow. I need to scroll up. I need to see what time that's going to start. But there's shows every night, and Tuesday nights is usually Reverend Fanboy's Fun Time. Starts at 10. Wednesday nights is the Short Bus at 9. With Martha, Arthur, and Dr. Ellis of freethinkradio.com. Thursday nights is Negative at Night. Friday nights, Fergan Fridays. And Saturday night, last week, Elvis Martini did a music show. He played the Monster Mash for 7 hours. And then Sunday nights, we got the news show. It's Blings with the Shit Show at I think it's 8. And then What the Fuck Did I Just Show at 10. So shows every day. Or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Let's go to the tubes. All right. FBI investigating after Trump supporters surround Biden campaign bus in Texas. 3 truck owners found siphoning gas. That's nothing on that one. Every
Biden buses always have the best Coke.
Europe considers new idea about who should get tested for COVID.
Says it should be Jews.
All right, little YouTube we're gonna get on that internet blood sports train now.
Europe always goes back to that. They've always got that in their back pocket. We blame the Jews.
Derailed Dutch train saved by a whale's tail. Which was the thong peeking out of that chick's ass at the platform. So, yeah.
I was going to say, woman proves everyone wrong who told her not to get the tattoo.
Oh, come on, peas. Russia's sausage king killed with a crossbow in a sauna.
Scoops despondent. What will I do for sausage now?
What was the name of the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Sausage King of Chicago? What was his name? That's all I could think of. Like, you're next, and I couldn't remember his name. Eddie Haskell. We'll just call him Eddie Haskell.
You realize, young, handsome, yes, the Sausage King of all Chicago.
Poland.
See, it's people like me that allow people like you to be able to be understood when you do things like what you've done to people like me.
Well, that's good, because that brings us to my favorite part of the show.
Lines
spelling peas. And peas is gonna... All right, we got 3 for you here tonight. All right, round number 1. This is what you get for getting sassy with me. Okay, 4th grade word, peas, is eclipse. Peas' ego can eagerly... I should just try to read shit. That'd be a good show. Peas' ego easily eclipses everyone. Eclipse.
ECLISPE.
Show me Eclipse. I'm sorry, it's ECLIPSE.
No, that bullshit. That is spelt right. That is spelt right, man.
All right. Your 7th grade word tonight is bureau. You can find Pease's address with the Federal Bureau of Sassiness. Bureau.
BURUEA.
All right, show me bureau. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. BUREAU.
Fucking hate this part of the show.
This is the best part of the show. All right, your 11th grade word tonight is.
Look,
how do you
has it?
Now I have to pronounce it.
I'm President Trump.
All right.
All
right. President Pease, Vice President. Your word is loquacious. Pease had steak and lobster with his friend Loquacious. Loquacious.
L. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
LUQUIOUS.
Show me a night with Loquacious. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It's LOQUACIOUS. So you'll have to work that into my favorite part of the show.
Have they been right all along? Have the words been right all along and you just tell me they're wrong?
No, you didn't get a single one tonight. So go ahead and apologize, Pease. Go on, apologize. Here, let me full screen you.
All right. No, see, double screen. So it was a different show. I apologize for, first of all, fooling Dr. Fox. I feel bad whenever I fool him, and he should have known from my notorious ways and being one of the swampy mountain boys, the soggy mountain boys, that, of course, that I was in a big-time South Boston Mafia-based gang that sold sports cards on the swap meet circuit. And, of course, I'm the only one from the gang who got off scot-free, because I'm the goddamn Pease. And I shouldn't have to apologize for that, but apparently I do. So I'm sorry. Anyway, there's other things this show should be sorry about, like I'm pretty sure we used a band name twice, and that's why I was able to discern it right off the bat and know that it indeed was a band, although I might have got that one wrong, so maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. It's a long time ago back in the show. I had some candy. I had Milky Way Dark. I prefer the darker Milky Way as opposed to the original Milky Way. It's unusual for me because normally I like the original of something. I don't like how, like I liked Captain Crunch. I didn't think I'd like Captain Crunch berries as much as I do, but I do. And then that Crunch berries are even weirder because there's the oops, it's all berries. And I like that even better than regular Crunch berries, which I liked even better than Captain Crunch. The only other time that's happened to me with any kind of snack food has been with the Milky Way, whereas I kind of don't even like Milky Ways, but I'd have to say Milky Way Dark is my favorite candy in a sense. So used to be Snickers, but now it's Milky Way Dark. Now, strangely enough, I don't like Snickers Dark, so I'm sorry about that. But other than that, it was a pretty good show. We have a lot of things going on. Dr. Fox has got his whole thing coming up, and we sold some soap, and we had things going on, and we had a YouTube stream, and maybe next week there'll be statues. Maybe there won't. Maybe there'll be some kind of nudes submitted or pastors. It probably won't be, but there could be. You don't know what next week's going to bring, except for somebody will be sorry for it, and it'll be time for the show.
Oh, that's a good one, Pease. We'll give you the where are they at? Are they the good ones? Okay, we have these guys. All right, well, you have been listening to Time for the Show, a production of oh no, let's do that one. There we go. You've been listening to Time for the Show, a production of HyperCubeGo.com. Don't wait don't think. HyperCubeGo.com. Brought to you every week by freethinkradio.com. Go there now to listen to Dr. Fox's Chopping Block coming up after this. And let's see, big thanks to everybody on that Patreon, our friends at Triology Soaps. Head over to triologysoaps.com and pick your stank ass a bar of soap. Shout outs to Reverend Caller, 23 Doctor, Cosmac Michael Marcus, Reverend, I gotta full screen it to get it, Reverend Red, Count Sloth, Trenchy, Scalpod, Apostasy X Menord, Brother Other, Hazel of the Windmills, Agent Lloyd, Reverend Richard Negative, Long Dead, Reverend 80, Vanessa, Chow Abunga, Reverend Guimo, and Reverend Fanboy. Wow! Don't you want to get a shout out like those guys? Then head to patreon.com/hypercube. And remember to subscribe to Time for the Show at timefortheshow.com. I'm Dr. Fox. Peas, you got anything for him on the way out tonight?
No.
All right, well, that'll show you, you big goofy losers. Stay tuned!
Fuckers.
If a crazy stalker stands